It was a quiet night, the kind of silence that feels heavy, almost alive, as if the ocean itself was holding its breath. The waves moved slowly under the dim light of the moon, whispering secrets that had been buried for centuries. I stood alone on the edge of an old wooden dock, holding a torn and ancient map in my hands. The paper was fragile, its edges burned and worn, as though it had survived something terrible. I had found it hidden inside a forgotten book in an abandoned library, a place where time seemed frozen. At first I thought it was just another old artifact, but the strange symbols drawn across it told a different story. There was a message, barely readable, written in a language I did not understand. But one line stood out clearly, as if it was meant to be seen. The treasure lies beneath the sea, but only those who understand the past can claim it. That sentence changed everything. Ignore it. Something about it pulled me in, like the ocean calling out to me. This wasn't just a story about gold or riches, it felt deeper, like a mystery tied to something ancient and powerful. So I began my journey. My first step was to search for answers in history. I spent days in archives, nights reading old journals, and hours studying forgotten records. I learned about a lost civilization, one that existed near the coast hundreds of years ago. According to the few remaining documents, it was a place of knowledge, wealth, and strange rituals. But then, without warning, it disappeared. No war, no disaster recorded, just silence, as if the entire civilization had been erased from existence. The more I searched, the stranger things became. Every clue I found seemed incomplete, like pieces of a puzzle that someone had scattered across time. It felt intentional, as if someone, or something, didn't want this truth to be discovered. Still, I kept going. One evening, while walking along the shore, I met an old sailor. His face was weathered, his eyes sharp and unsettling. He noticed the map in my hand and froze for a moment. Then, in a low voice, he said, "You shouldn't be chasing that. The sea doesn't give back what it takes." I asked him what he meant, but he only smiled faintly. "The ocean remembers everything," he said. "If you learn its language, it will show you the truth." That was the first real clue. From that moment on, I began to see the map differently. The strange symbols weren't random. They were connected to real locations. Old shipwrecks, sunken structures, and forgotten coastal ruins. Each mark pointed to a place where history had left something behind. I followed the first mark to a wreck deep beneath the water. It was difficult, dangerous, but what I found there changed everything. Among the broken wood and rusted metal, I discovered a small carved stone. It had the same symbol as the map. It was real. That single discovery proved the map wasn't just a myth. With every new location I explored, I uncovered more clues. Pieces of a hidden story. A fallen tower beneath the waves. A cave with walls covered in ancient carvings. Symbols that began to form a pattern. It felt like I was being guided, step by step, toward something bigger. But I wasn't alone. Soon I started noticing signs that others were searching too. Boats that followed from a distance, footprints where no one should have been. Someone else knew about the treasure, and they were getting closer. The deeper I went, the more dangerous it became. One night, as I sat alone in my boat, studying the map again, something strange happened. The water around me became completely still, no waves, no sound, just silence. Then I saw it, a shadow, moving beneath the surface. It was too large to be a fish, too slow to be natural. My heart started racing as the shadow circled below me. Then suddenly, the map in my hands began to change. A new symbol appeared. It hadn't been there before. This was it, the final location. I knew what it meant. All the clues I had gathered were leading to this one place, the end of the journey, or the beginning of something far worse. The next morning, I set out toward the coordinates marked by the new symbol. The sky was gray, the air heavy, as if even nature knew something was about to happen. When I reached the location, the ocean looked different, darker, deeper, almost unnatural. I took a deep breath and dived in. As I descended into the cold, silent depths, I saw it. A structure, massive, ancient, hidden beneath layers of time and water. It wasn't just ruins, it was a door. A giant stone door covered in the same symbols I had seen on the map. It stood there, untouched, waiting. I swam closer, my heart pounding. Every instinct told me to turn back. But I couldn't. Not now. I reached out and touched the surface of the door, and everything changed. A sudden pulse of light spread through the water, illuminating the darkness around me. The symbols began to glow one by one, as if reacting to my presence. In that moment, I realized something terrifying. This treasure was never meant to be found. It was meant to be hidden, protected, sealed away for a reason. And now, I had just opened the door.